Chevrolet. Go buy you.
And that's Mary J. Blige singing there about Chevrolet. Everything from candy bars to beers to financial services. We're going to take a look at the best and really worst Super Bowl commercials coming up. Still ahead, the Super Bowl was good, but the commercials were sometimes better.
Quesadillas? Good. It's tremendous.
Chad Johnson was the star of a Super Bowl commercial for the NFL network, and he was just one of many big names pitching products. We'll take a look at the best and the worst in 2 minutes on the Fox 19 Morning News with a couple of experts.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the biggest television event of the year, and at $2.5 million a pop for ad space, the commercials better be pretty good. Joining us this morning with their thoughts are James Ferguson, President, and Tim Engle, VP, both with Coactive Marketing Group. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Both of you guys, give me a grade on how you thought overall the ads were.
I think overall I'd give them an A-.
A-.
I thought they were very, very funny this year.
Tim, what would you give them?
I'll give them a B-.
B-. Let's start with the first ad. It is the crab worshiping the Bud Ice chest. Take a look. Hey, what did you guys think of that one? I thought it wasn't good to worthy the #1 spot on USA Today's Super Bowl ad meter.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I thought it was very predictable. You had the whole cooler thing going on with the different dimensions of it and all the crabs thinking, oh, this is the king.
Right.
Very predictable, very boring, very simple, easy to get, but not very exciting.
Tim, you think the same thing?
I would agree. I think, and I love the Honda campaign that also used the crabs about 8 months ago, and they did a much better job with the crabs. You know, the king thing has been done. It's a nice commercial, but it's nothing breaking out of the box.
Let's talk about the next one by Budweiser. Of course, Budweiser putting forth most of the ads in terms of a response from people. This one is the Stray Dog and the Clydesdale, 60 seconds long. What do you guys think about this ad? I thought Budweiser, I thought they were going to do a little better. Yeah,
this is this is a feel-good ad. You know, the poor dog straying around, gets covered in dirt, becomes a Dalmatian, and sits on top of the truck. I mean, very, very boring. Not very exciting at all.
It's boring.
It is boring. It's very safe. Last year they had the baby Clydesdale, and it's just sort of an iteration of that. It's not a bad ad. You know, in context, it doesn't stick out.
No, not very motivating, I'd say.
People still remember to this day, Cedric the Entertainer with the 2 Bud Lights and spraying the woman. They remember the streaking lamb. These ones here, in a year, people are not going to remember about them, correct?
I agree.
Let's talk about the one ad I thought Bud Light did a good job with. It's the rock, paper, scissors game for beer. Take a look.
Okay, now what? Rock, paper, scissors for it? Okay, that's fair. On 3? Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Now, gentlemen, what do you think of this one? I thought it was hilarious.
Love this ad, absolutely. And Bud Light has a history of doing some phenomenal advertising during the Super Bowl. They had Gorilla, they had Classroom, they had Hitchhiker, they had the whole slapping thing going on. Excellent advertising. And
you guys said for the first couple of ads that the worst thing about them was the predictability. This one here was unpredictable, correct?
It's predictable that Bud Light typically leverages humor. That's true. For some reason, Bud Light got in the violence mode this year. It seemed like the slapping and, you know, the rock and the scissors.
Rock throwing, slapping, everything's going on. But it's good.
It was good.
I thought this ad was also very good. It was a Doritos ad. This one here is generated by a consumer. You're seeing that trend in advertising, Tim?
Definitely, and I think it's all about the YouTube movement and the MySpace, the self-generated ads and videos. What was good about this is it was consumer generated, but what's bad about this is if you go online, you can see the other 5 finalists. To me, this is the weakest of the 5. There was 2 other ones that were tremendously funny.
And you know what? I want to get to the last ad because we all had the same feeling on this Kevin Federline ad for Nationwide Bank. Take a look at this.
Yo, who got it better than me? Federline on the block, rolling VIP. Sick whip, thick rims, fat rocks, I got them. Shining like a superstar from top to bottom. You need a sugar daddy, I'm the Mac. And if you need a dollar, holla, cause I got a whole stack. What? Rolling VIP.
What? Rolling VIP.
Federline!
What?
Fries!
Life comes at you fast.
Thank you!
nationwide annuity could
Now,
guarantee
out of
you.
all the ads, this one ranked pretty low. And I thought it was hilarious. I thought, like you said, it was unpredictable. First you're watching, you're like going, okay, why would anybody give this guy money to sell anything? And in the end, he's making fun of himself.
But I also think there's a lot of industry buzz going around this of offensive to workers in fast food restaurants.
So you think people were scared to like it?
I think people were offended by it.
Yeah.
In most cases, the average guy working in a McDonald's, whatever, what's the big deal? I mean, what's bad about that?
Right.
So I think in the industry you sense a little bit of negativity towards it. But I thought from a creative standpoint, it was pretty clever.
Yeah, I think it's funny, and I have to give it to Nationwide and to Kevin Federline, quite frankly, to poke fun at yourself.
Sure.
And to Nationwide's credit, they stayed the course. Typically, their ads are kind of like this.
Right.
So they've stayed their course from a campaign perspective, and you have to give it to them. They're poking fun at themselves.
And really, win-win, too, in terms of Kevin Federline, because after watching this, he becomes more likable, does he not?
It's good for Nationwide.
Absolutely.
It's good for him.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Nice job breaking down the ads. James Ferguson, President, Tim Engle, VP of Creative Coactive Marketing Group. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, we have much more of the Fox 19 Morning News to come, including this.